name is Georgia Barretta. I'm the design director for UK of Geometry Global in Paddington, an Ogilvy agency. It was very serendipitous, I'm quite lucky to say. I literally walked into someone I respected incredibly highly on the street, having moved cities, who asked me to be part of a three-man band, which was great because I got to learn a lot about a lot quite quickly. So that was my role. I did a 4-year degree, and I felt like that job, that first one, was my final year. So I learned a lot more in those 3 years of working professionally than I did even in my career, in my university education, I should say. And so then I left finally New Zealand, where I trained and worked, and moved to London, and was here for about 7 months and loved it. Took to it like a duck to water. And then I actually ended up moving to New York for a couple of years. So that kind of transatlantic exchange was really helpful for my career progression. And I was there for 2 years, as I say, and then I worked briefly in Paris and then moved to Switzerland. And I was kind of there on and off for about 5 or 6 years in Geneva and in Zurich, which were great centres for some good advertising and a good firm to be working for. And then flew into the job I really wanted in London 3 nights a week. So it's been very kind of mobile, I guess. Nomadic might even be a better word. There's been some fairly inspiring characters along my way, and I've just loved the sense of life and freedom and creative vitality that they had, and I kind of wanted to embody that and share that with younger people. And also, I guess I'm someone who treats my career as my working day, and I really like to express my life outside of work as well. So I think the more autonomy you can have, the more kind of free you can be to engage with other parts of your life. So it's been a real driver for me, I think, to get to that point. I think my biggest promotion ever into middle management the first time was because I was doing the role before I was given the title. And I had a boss who was fantastic enough to recognise that and then just kind of like leg me up. So she's been really advocative of me in my career. So I think promotion-wise, I think if you can do the role, and if I see someone doing the role as well, for sure there's the promotion right there. So yeah, I felt quite lucky with that. I think it doesn't matter if you move or if you don't, as long as you can change what it is that you do. If you look at your current position as maybe like a year to 18 months and then look to see what the next role will be, even within that agency or somewhere else, it's not so much the geographic location as it is the responsibilities that you have and how much you can grow. So for sure, if you're not growing, move. If you are growing there, stay. I mean, it's kind of logic, but I think for me, I always notice people who get press around themselves. Good press is or bad press is as good as no press. I mean, I think it's a really good thing to be talked about. Certainly, and I've been on a few juries, been lucky enough to be part of that. If there is a groundswell around someone's name or a campaign they've worked on, immediately you're drawn towards it. So I think press is definitely the way forward. Just get it somehow, be talked about, be written about or write about. Have a point of view and make it heard, develop a unique tone of voice and kind of occupy that position within your industry, be kind of significant. I think certainly energy, positivity, people that find a solution, that don't talk about the problems. I think those are the things. I think there's a malaise of a complaining disposition that people have, and I think if someone comes into a situation that we all know could be commercially challenging, if you've got a solution to a problem, it's a nice thing. It's refreshing. So I look for that. I think for the best people, I mean, it's really hard. There are some brilliant creatives in the world, and it's amazing if you can get them to work for you. And I think a really good offering in lieu of an incredible salary or the best creative projects all the time is a sense of autonomy and control. So if you give someone a sense of their partnership with you, if you sit them down with a kind of a forum to ask what it is that they want or what they think, I think people respond well to that. Yeah, it's a good way of doing it.
Source LF are London's leading creative communications and media recruitment agency. Be sure to like our video and subscribe to this channel. Take the moment to watch another of our videos on screen now.